Christmas is the season of giving, and the Pope just gave Donald Trump a couple of Christmas presents that are going to make him howl. Or at the very least, rage post until the reindeers come home. To a white Santa, of course. I'm going to detail some of the Pope's most recent actions, and you're going to want to see these signature moves because they not only announce a new era for the Roman Catholic Church, but they are most certainly anti-Trump maneuvering as well. So hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you the kind of media analysis of Pope Leo that you are decidedly not going to get anywhere else. Certainly, Pope Leo picked a great time to create opposition to Trump. Demented Donnie went on an absolute bender last night. Trump was so crazy that as soon as the cameras were off, he went around saying, "Susie made me do it," confirming to everyone what we have known all along. MAGA Nation put a third grader in the White House. Well, the Pope wanted to make that clear. He couldn't get a statement out fast enough. This morning, he released a 4-page statement that read, in part, "Unfortunately, it has become increasingly common to drag the language of faith into political battles, to bless nationalism, and to justify violence and armed struggle in the name of religion. Believers must actively refute, above all by the witness of their lives, these forms of blasphemy that profane the holy name of God." Wow, no holding back there. And if it's still unclear who he's talking about, the Pope made it obvious by saying this: "There is a growing tendency among political and military leaders to shirk responsibility as decisions about life and death are increasingly delegated to machines. But as they say, actions speak louder than words, and Leo definitely took action, giving Trump and the religious right wing a couple of little Christmas presents that are definitely going to change business as usual. First, Leo accepted the resignation of New York's right-wing cardinal, Timothy Dolan. You remember Dolan? He's famous for this jackass statement.
And the more I learned about him, I thought, this guy's a modern-day St. Paul.
And sure, Dolan only said it because he was auditioning for Fox, but still, it demonstrated that long-standing tradition of New York cardinal archbishops being in the pocket of the Republican Party. Well, no more. The Vatican just announced that the replacement for Dolan is Bishop Ron Hicks, Bishop of Joliet and a protege of Progressive Cardinal Blaise Cupich. This is a groundbreaking appointment. It marks the end of a string of conservative New York cardinals that goes back to 1939, beginning with Cardinal Spellman. And if you ever get a chance to listen to the amazing podcast, Divine Intervention by Brendan Patrick Hughes, you'll get the full details of how Spellman was a strong advocate of the Vietnam War. Yeah, a warmongering archbishop. And although his replacement, Cardinal Cook, was a social justice advocate, the string that followed him, O'Connor, Egan, and Dolan, are best described as the theological Three Stooges. How big a break is Bishop Hicks from the high priests of pay, pray, and obey? Well, like Leo, Hicks worked as a missionary priest. According to the National Catholic Reporter, Hicks spent 5 years in El Salvador as a regional director for an orphanage network operating across Latin America. That experience, according to those who know him, remains central to his pastoral outlook. And here's how you can tell how important that experience plays in Hicks's contemporary life. Because the Catholic Church is still a medieval institution and bishops and cardinals are princes of the church, they each have a coat of arms. Here is Hicks's current coat of arms. Now, pay attention to this symbol. It's a rosemary sprig. Why rosemary? Why not fennel, the secret ingredient of Italian hot sausage and a good lasagna? Well, first, because sadly, Hicks is not Italian. Nobody's perfect. But secondly, because the translation for rosemary in Spanish is Romero, the last name of St. Oscar Romero, the Salvadoran bishop murdered by the government for speaking out against them. And it's being reported that Hicks will keep this symbol for his new coat of arms as Archbishop of New York. Hicks is letting it be known to all that from his place in the church, he is going to willingly speak out against the government when it is in the wrong. As I said, the days of high profile Catholic bishops and cardinals being in the pocket of the Republican Party are over. And to put a bow on that package, Leo also appointed San Diego Auxiliary Archbishop Ramon Bejarano as Bishop of Monterey, California. In February of this year, Bejarano led a protest against Trump's deportation policies at a San Diego courthouse and has celebrated All Are Welcome masses for the LGBTQ plus community in San Diego. Pro-immigrant, pro-LGBTQ+, and willing to lead protests. Merry Christmas from the Catholic Church, Trump. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You'll not only help out our channel, you'll be taking concrete action and helping get rid of Trump and the MAGA movement who ushered him in.